Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own blanket for your Schleich horses. So let's get started. So the things that you will need for today's video is 3mm ribbon, pliers, 2 4mm jump rings, lobster clasp, felt, wire, scissors, and a hot glue gun. So because it's October and that means it's spooky season, I decided that I'm going to make a Halloween themed blanket. So I have this orange fall type felt, and I have this purple ribbon. And then for decoration, in the corner of the blanket, I'm going to glue on this felt bat that I cut out with black felt. So first, you're going to want to grab your felt and your horse, and you're going to want to cut it to fit your horse, not like that obviously. Or I have a template that I made and I cut it out myself. I just measured it on the horse, and now I use this template for any horse that I'm making a blanket for. So I just take the template and I put it on the felt. Sometimes I pin it on the felt. Right now I don't have any pins, but then I would just take my scissors and I would just cut along the template. So that is what I'm going to do right now. So I cut out the blanket using the template, and I measured it on my horse, and I think it's a really good fit. So yeah, let's move on to the next part. So now what we are going to do is we're going to take our 3mm ribbon and we're just going to glue around the sides of the blanket like this. So you're just gonna glue all the way down this side, and then you're gonna put the ribbon right on top of it, and then you're just gonna let it stay there for a couple seconds, and then you're gonna do it for this side, this side, this side, this side, this side, and that side, until you have the whole outline of the blanket in this nice purple color. So when you're finished, it should look like this. And now you're just going to take your scissors and cut off the extra. You are also going to cut off any of the glue that kind of dripped out from the sides of the blanket. And then you're just going to repeat this process on all of these sides, and then we'll be done with this part. When you're done, the blanket should look like this. As you can see, all of the sides have now ribbon on it. And when you're cutting the excess glue that is squeezed out from underneath the ribbon, try not to actually cut the ribbon, otherwise that could start fraying. So now you would be done with this part of the blanket, but since I'm making this a Halloween themed, I'm going to take the little felt bat that I cut out and I'm going to put it in the corner right here. Okay, so the next step is on whichever side of the blanket that you want. I'm gonna choose this side. You are going to take some ribbon, and then you're going to take one of your jump rings and you are going to thread it through the ribbon like this. And then you are going to glue down this tab here on to this piece of ribbon like this. So let me go ahead and do that right now. And be careful so you don't burn yourself. And then you're just going to squeeze it down and press, and make sure this jump ring is loose so it could move around. And then just cut about this much, so about an inch. And then here you can cut off the excess glue that is sticking out. Like so. And then you should be left with something that looks like this. So take the piece that we just made and glue down one of the sides. So put glue on one of the sides, and then on your blanket, about in the middle or so, press it down. And then you should have something that looks like this. Now on the other side of your blanket, you are going to take some ribbon again, but this time you are just going to glue it down freely like this and leave a lot sticking out. Take your horse, and here's mine, and then go under its stomach and then bring it over, and don't pull it like tight, leave it a bit loose, and then cut. And then you should have something that looks like this. So now take your lobster clasp and a jump ring, open the jump ring so it looks like that, and then put the lobster clasp in through the jump ring so you have something that looks like this. And then make sure you close the jump ring securely because we don't want any ribbon falling out, because now we are going to take our blanket that we have here and we are going to thread the jump ring through the ribbon. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bend it down just a little bit, so maybe about that much. And then we're going to take some hot glue, like that much, just a little dot, and then just going to fold it down, squeeze and press. And then you should have something that looks like this. So now we're going to do the final thing for the blanket, and that is to make the securing device that is going to go on the front here. So take your ribbon, and I am going to I'm going to do it on this side. You can choose whatever side to glue the ribbon on, and you're just going to take about maybe 1/4 of an inch, and you're going to put some hot glue on it. And then you're just going to take the part that has the hot glue, and then you're just going to glue it down right there in one of the corners. You're going to press down on it, and then you should have something that looks like this. And then I just like to fold the blanket in half, and then bring this over just a little bit. And then I think I'll cut about maybe 1.5 inches of ribbon. So then you should have about this much, and you can cut it shorter if it's too long. Okay, so last but not least, we are going to make the buckle. So just take your pliers and have about just a teensy bit sticking out, and then you're going to want to bend it whichever way you want. So then you have this L shape, kind of. And then you want to take that side of the L shape, and you're going to want to bend it over again. So now you get a U shape, and then take that side. Oop, okay, there we go. And then you're going to want to bend it over again. So you've got either a square or a 6 square, or like a 6. And then you're going to want to take that part where the wire is sticking out from, and you're going to want to bend it again, and now it looks like a 6. And then you're just going to want to take, maybe go a little bit out, and you're going to want to cut about like 2 of these squares down here, up here. And then you're just going to take that and you're going to bend it down. And then after you press that part down, you're going to have a buckle that looks like this. So take your ribbon and take your buckle and thread it through one of the squares. And then thread it through the other square again. And then you should have 2 sides. Like, then it should look like this. Fold down that tab, and we're going to do the same thing that we always do, and we're just going to add a little bit of hot glue. And we're just going to press down. And be careful because you don't want to burn your fingers. And then it should look like this. And this buckle should move freely, like that. So now you can cut off these excess. So now that you've cut off the excess glue, cut about a 1/2 inch, maybe just a little less, maybe like 2 centimeters or something like that, or like, I think this is about a 1/2 inch. And you're going to apply some glue, gonna apply some glue to like half of the ribbon that's sticking out like that. And then you're going to take the side that doesn't have the ribbon, and you're just going to stick it on like that. And there you go. You should have something that looks like this. This is the finished product, and the way you put it on is you put it over the horse. You take the lobster clasp and you clip it. Hold on. Wait. Okay, and then you clip it to the jump ring there. So you have this part done. And then you take this front part here, you take this string, you stick it through one side, kind of like we did in the first part, and then you thread it through the other side, and then just pull. Pull. And then there you go. Here is your blanket. Okay guys, thank you guys so much for joining me here today and watching me help you guys make your very own Schleich horse blanket. Hopefully you make tons for your horses, and I will see you next week. Bye!